Good morning, campers. Welcome back to Grand Theft Auto 5. It is time for me to do something relatively mundane in the game once again, though this time... Whoop, put that away. This time not quite as mundane as last time. This time I'm going to be making weapons deliveries, because I could use the money in the game. And it's, you know, slightly more exciting than driving a 18-wheeler around the state. So I was going to just fly around in a jumbo jet and call it Flight Simulator, San Andreas Flight Simulator, but I don't have access to the airport just yet without getting an insane wanted level, so this is going to have to do.
Loud and clear, amigo.
Oh boy.
There's one thing Trevor Phillips Industries prides itself on. It's fair competition in the marketplace.
Okay, so what I said about some package deliveries, I retract and will now be doing bombing runs. So, alright, gonna have to put my skills as a bomber pilot to good use. Let's get this one over here first. So we're gonna climb to 1,700 feet here. Is that enough to get over this hill? Yeah, it looks like enough to get over the hill. Alright, there's... Why they've marked their own position with a flare, I do not know. Rudder to the right. Let's see if we can get this first try. Bombs away!
Damn, I'm good.
Sounded like a good hit. Let's spin back around, see what we got. Looks pretty dead down there. I will take that as a victory. Let's move on to the next one. So, interesting things have been happening with me this week. Very little. Very little. I wanted to do a video where I get to talk about, just the interesting things that have happened in the community, the various communities that I am part of, that I consider myself part of. I don't interact with many of them very often, but I'm on the periphery of the Rooster Teeth community, and they just lost Monty today, yesterday, when you see, by the time anyone sees this, or February 2nd, 2015. And I didn't realize he was such a huge creative voice in their company. I mostly stick to the Achievement Hunter stuff, but I was a fan of Red vs. Blue way long back when it started, so I'd also seen the stuff that he'd done for them and hadn't realized how much a hand he had in that. But I didn't watch Ruby, so I didn't realize just how big a name he had made. Oh god.
So, we won't be hearing from them again.
That was different. I liked that it gave me a half second to learn how to control the bomb, and for some reason it didn't do that the first time I dropped one. It's very strange. This is lovely. I was very sad to hear about the passing of Monty, and my thoughts are with all the Rooster Teeth folks. And on a slightly less somber note, the new Magic set just came out in Magic Online. I got a draft in with that. Haven't done anything with that video. I went 2-1. So it's okay. It's not great, but good set. I like the set. I especially like that they've finally included a trans character. That count? Alright, that was close enough. I'm very happy they finally included an outright transgendered character in the card game. Alicia, who smiles at death. The Mardu Khan, no less, is a complete badass, and I'm thrilled to actually have a character like that in the game. And it made for some interesting reactions. Most of the community's thrilled about it. Some have chosen to express that thrill with less than stellar wording, and they've gotten jumped on about that. And, some rightly so, I feel. But I mean, there's, like, just to compare two of the incidents. Who was it? I think it was a cosplayer, Sprankle. I forget her first name. C Sprankle Run on Twitter, and she does these fantastic cosplays of various characters, and she had posted a,
Something, just not the
oh,
right
I missed.
thing.
She'd posted the story, super excited about it. Like, this is how I found out, was seeing her tweet about it, and I didn't even think twice after I clicked on it, but her original link was, oh my god, Alicia, who smiles at death, is actually male. And it's like, oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that was a trans character. That was my reaction to that tweet. And she immediately got jumped on as apparently evil.
Shit. Fire not in the
Wow, I am
Gotta make it count,
not doing
Trevor.
good on these. She immediately got attacked as apparently transphobic, which she is not. She is not definitely not transphobic. But then a few hours later, something similar happened with what's his name that does the articles on the Examiner.
Excellent. That was your
And
last bump. You can fly back to the airfield now.
what the hell is his name? I wound up blocking him afterwards just because he was such an idiot about it, and I didn't want to be associated with him anymore.
This is your captain
Um,
speaking. You might have noticed some turbulence during the recent bombings, but we're expecting a smooth run in. So sit back and
Rewind,
enjoy
rewind,
the flight.
rewind.
I like you, Trevor.
David Levitt was his name. He posted his version of the tweet of the "oh my god, this is a trans character" tweet. His version of that was, Alicia is not a real woman. Which is, no, that's not in any way okay. That's not even okay as a just trying to save characters okay thing on Twitter. And so, I mean, I considered him somewhat of a friend. We'd had positive interactions on Twitter before, so I jumped on there trying to let him know, because I figured it was a scheduled tweet that he hadn't really thought about before he posted. I was like, alright, let's get him to get that changed so he doesn't get the same reaction that Sprankle had earlier in the day. And, he just acted like a complete idiot in responding to that stuff. Like, in one tweet, I had said it was a great article, and again tried to get him to change the wording because he hadn't responded for like 10 minutes after he posted that, and I was worried he wasn't at his thing, and was just hoping to hammer it to get him back into, back online with just the massive number of notifications. So I was trying to let him know he needed to change the tweet, and pretty much every one I sent to him. And, he replied to one of the ones I did, and he said, oh, thanks for the compliment on the article, or something like that. And I'm like, really? You're going to reply to that, and you're not going to address the fact that you just said trans people aren't real women in the same tweet? It's just, he was so completely tone deaf, and he tried to play the victim and say, oh, I'm sorry, I'm not good at political correctness things. It's like, it's not about political correctness, it's about not being a complete, utter tone deaf moron. You write for a living. You should be a little more aware of that than something so bad. And when you're pointed out on it, I mean, I wasn't trying to feel superior to him. I wasn't trying to correct him because it was something that I could feel superior on about the wording. It was, this is going to get you in trouble. You should probably change it. I'm trying to help you because I consider you a friend. And he issued this half-assed apology. It was basically, I'm sorry you're offended. It's like, I'm not offended, I'm trying to help you. And tagged me on it so that his followers would pile on to me. And it's like, oh, for fuck's sake. Sorry. And very frustrating.
Come on.
Very disappointing. I'm gonna get back in the plane. Keep flying around for a minute while I continue talking about this. He eventually put out a differently worded tweet linking to the same article, but he never deleted the original. He never changed it. So, I mean, what I assumed in the beginning was just stupidity. I'm starting to think was just he doesn't know any better, and he might actually think that about trans people, which is baffling because in the same sentence, in the article, he's like, "Oh, it's great. This is inclusive and stuff," but I mean, he never once appeared to actually feel bad about saying trans women aren't real women. It's like, that's kind of bullcrap. Like, just the differences there. Like, Sprankle was, one, her name is very fun to say, I'm realizing as I go through this. Her reaction to that, like, she's at no point intended to offend trans people. She was just like, oh, this character's male. Which is, it's true. Like, it's a male character, but it's a trans woman. I mean, maybe that could have been said better and it might offend someone, but that's not as egregious as saying this person's not a real woman. I don't know, maybe I'm just drawing a stupid line in the sand there. But I don't for a moment think that Christine, that's her name, I think. Is that her name? I don't for a moment think that Sprankle actually thinks any less of trans people because of what she said there. But I do think that about David Levitt, just the way he reacted to that, and it was just a very disappointing situation. And I even wound up locking down my Twitter account for a little while, just in case his followers piled on. But for someone with like 20-some thousand people following him, his followers sure don't seem to jump when he says jump. So none of them actually, like, there was only 3 responses to that. They were all generally supportive of him, but not in any committal way. It was pretty sad. If he was trying to do his own, like, Brianna Wu or Total Biscuit thing, it definitely did not work. Of course, he might just be that much of an idiot and didn't realize that was what he was doing with the quote-unquote apology, but I don't know. I really don't know. It was stupid. It was all stupid. Political correct bullshit going awry. I don't have my gear down. Let's abort that landing run. So yeah, that's pretty much everything I have to talk about, I think. Interesting weekend. I picked up an extra 9-hour shift at work because I don't give a hoot about football, and offered to come in and cover my my boss's shift on Sunday so he could stay home with his family and watch the football game. So, extra paycheck. Well, extra 10 hours on my next paycheck, so that's pretty awesome. Well, extra 9 hours anyway. It's going to be pretty awesome when it comes through. That's, you know, a lot of money. No, that was a 10-hour shift. I was there till 9. Yeah. Sweet. So yeah. That's all I have to say about that. I'm gonna get this plane back on the ground and call it a night. Sorry for the kind of disappointing topics there. But I am hoping to get that draft video out, maybe for Thursday's video. We'll see how that goes. I did alright. I won 2 packs, 1 Fate Reforged, 1 Kanzatar gear, which is a little disappointing. I thought the payout was going to be all Fate Reforged packs. But I had a pretty kick-ass Abzan deck, very much fun, and really got to play around a little with the Manifest mechanic in one of the newer rares that works around Manifest, and it was just awesome and got past me like 3rd pick. So I'll put that in. I might edit down the games to make it shorter. It was fun. Looking forward to playing more of this set. So I will see y'all in the next video. More Forza tomorrow. See y'all then.